panel system that we have on site and ring directly to the fire department. And also based on its proximity to buildings, we have chosen to place it where we have chosen to place it specifically to mitigate that risk of its adjacency to buildings. It's about 150 feet, I believe, from the nearest building on our site, and that's our 5-Tech building. And it's about, I want to say it's almost 200 feet to the uphill building, which is the 9-Tech building. And then to the west, it's about 1,500 feet to the nearest building and about 150 feet of vertical downhill to the FedEx building that's down on the back road behind Walmart there. So,
Justin, may I add to that?
Yeah, go ahead, Stuart.
This is Stuart Sawyer from Novo Nordisk. I'm one of the project managers working on this project. Natural gas, the only point I would like to make is that the natural gas or methane, it actually has a lower explosive limit that is a explosion window that is less than propane. So what that means is that it requires a little bit more oxygen or a little less oxygen than propane in order to explode. So it's actually safer. Methane is typically safer than propane, just as a scientific fact. Justin, you can have it back.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
This is David Brooks. I was just going to comment that there are at least 2 other facilities of this kind in the city already. There's one at Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center, and I believe Pike Industries has one down on 12A south of the plazas. So there are a couple of these that the fire department is already aware of and familiar with, and just for what that's worth.
Thank you, David. As well as Clean, what it was, dry cleaning there, had one actually right on Mechanic Street.
Mm-hmm.
So there was one 50 feet off of Mechanic Street there.
Good to know. All right, we're running out of time. Unless someone from the board
I think Joan has a question.
Joan?
Yes, I have a question. Well, I have a comment. You say that Novo Nordisk is wanting to be very environmentally friendly and be, small carbon footprint or none, et cetera, et cetera. But methane gas, if it escapes, and I'm told that it does quite often, that when it gets to the upper atmosphere, that it's more damaging than many of the other pollutants that get into our atmosphere.
Yeah,
so
that's
I hope this is considered a short-term bridge fuel while you work your way to a much safer fuel source in the future.
That's a great question, Joan. So yes, you are correct. Methane gas is about 6 times more hazardous to the ozone layer than CO2. But with regards to that, this gas is currently being flared. Think big butane torch from high school chemistry. That's how they're getting rid of it in Bethlehem, New Hampshire right now. Instead, we're going to take that material and put it to work, heating a facility to produce products to help people. With these systems here are extremely tight from a leaking perspective. We have safety procedures in place where every truck gets pressure testing and every hookup gets pressure testing and the system gets pressure testing every single year. So we do take these, mostly from a safety aspect, we take that extremely seriously, that we maintain a tight system. But your point is well taken that yes, methane itself is extremely harmful to our ozone layer.
Karen Leo Hill with a question, please.
I'm going to need a motion to extend.
This is Kathy. I move that we extend until 10 o'clock.
Do I have a second?
Karen will second.
Any discussion? So I vote yes. Gregorio?
Yes. I vote yes.
Karen?
Karen votes yes.
Joan?
Joan votes no.
Laurel?
Laurel votes no.
Kathy?
Yes.
And Tom?
Tom reluctantly votes yes.
So that is 6-2. All right, we're extended until 10. So Joan, have you finished your discussion?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Was there some, I'm sorry, I lost my
Yep.
thread. Was there someone else that, oh, Karen, right, you were asking.
I would like to know if this CNG is going to be replacing a current source of energy. If so, what is that? And then you're talking about trucks, and I would like to understand a little more about the schedule of how frequently these trucks will be arriving to deliver and remove the trailers.
Yeah, so this is Justin Alexander, if I may answer the question here. So yes, we currently use propane to produce steam on site for heating for a variety of processes. Right now, we get about 200 deliveries a year of propane on that site, which come in a pup truck, which is like a 10-wheeler truck. If we were to go this direction, we would get about 220 deliveries a year of the 18-wheelers. So a nominal, just over a truck a month increase in total truck traffic coming up to the industrial site there. We currently burn just over, right around 800,000 gallons of propane a year, and this would almost completely offset that propane. Kind of the equivalent of taking about 815 cars off the road every single year in the city of Lebanon, or something like 11 million miles of driven every single year. So it's a pretty substantial decrease in carbon footprint for the local area. Hopefully I answered your question.
You did, but it sounds like there will be a nominal increase in the number of truck trips, but the trucks themselves that are delivering are going to be substantially heavier. Is that
yeah, I don't know the exact weights of trucks, but yes, 15 additional trucks per year, but you're probably talking, 50% bigger from a pup to an 18-wheeler.
So this is something in the city, and it's more just sharing my thoughts for other board members who are likely to continue the conversation that I will probably not be a part of in the future as an alternate, but wear and tear on the city roads is it becomes very costly over time, and particularly heavy truck traffic is something to be very to be aware of. So that's just, I want to plant that seed for future conversations. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Karen. All right, I'm going to close this down, wait for the next meeting. Joan, may I have a motion to continue this meeting to July 27th?
Joan Monroe moves that we continue the discussion of Novo Nordisk Planning Board 2020-19-SPA to Monday, July 27th at 6:30.
Second.
Laura, was that you?
Yes.
Thank you. Any discussion? So I'll start with Kathy.
Yes.
Tom?
Tom votes yes.
I vote yes. Gregorio?
Gregorio votes yes.
Karen?
Karen votes yes.
Joan?
Joan votes yes.
Laurel?
Laurel votes yes.
I believe that's unanimous. Hope I didn't miss anybody. All right. Thank you, Rod. Thank you, everyone from Novo Nordisk. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you guys for your time.
Very much.
Have a
All
good
right.
night.
Thank you. Does anyone have any other business?
Mr. Chair, this is David Brooks.
Yes.
At the outset of the meeting, we skipped over the notice of regional impact.
Okay.
You're right.
Yes.
There was none, I thought.
No, we got one application
Oh,
for today's cutoff.
right.
Application was received from Lebanon Housing Authority as the applicant, Bain Stevenson as the property owner at 258 Heater Road, tax map 64, lot 7, zoned RO1. It was a request for site plan review to construct a proposed 45,678 square foot multifamily dwelling with 44 dwelling units, together with parking, utilities, landscaping, and other related site improvements. Planning office recommends that this application does not have the potential for regional impact.
That's the one on the
board
corner
member?
of Heater Road and like Mount Support there.
Heater Road and Old Etna.
Same thing.
Near the high school.
Yeah.
Correct.
And what was the size again of it, please?
It's 45,000 square feet. It's 44 units.
David, what's the cutoff for regional impact?
Thank you for asking. It is the guidelines in section 4.6 are just guidelines, but it does say any proposal that involves 50 or more residential units shall be deemed to have potential for regional impact.
Huh. It's
I
just,
know that the Bank Street application was not found to have regional impact for what it's worth. Obviously, all of the other Mount Support Road applications were found to have the potential for regional impact.
and this one will contribute to that area's density.
Hard to say, I think, at this point, because we
Yeah.
don't know what the intended market is. We won't find out until the
That's-
applicant.
That's,
Affordable housing, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Lebanon Housing Authority project. So it would be targeting affordable housing. I don't know exactly what target range of area median income, but that is their clientele.
Right at the bus stop there.
Correct.
All right, Joan, may I have a motion that this does not have a regional impact?
So moved.
Second, Laurel?
second,
So I will do this in reverse order. Tom,
I vote yes.
so this does not, right?
You're
This
correct. That's right.
voting, yes, it's a negative. Kathy?
Yes.
Sorry, Laurel,
yes,
Joan,
Yes.
Karen,
No.
Gregorio,
Yes.
and I vote yes. And I hope I didn't miss anyone. All right, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 1. All right, last order of business is approval of minutes, if we can get done by 10. If not, we'll have to continue into another meeting. Does anybody have any comments on our 12 minutes? On the June 22nd, sorry, the June, let me do it in the June 16th special meeting minutes.
Yes, this is Kathy. On page 1, line 11, we keep listing it as a proposed 47 unit, and it's actually now, at least it was up until tonight, a proposed 40 unit multifamily residential development. And then on line 27, it says the placement of solar panels, etc. They're not proposing to put solar panels there, so I thought it was more appropriate to say the possible placement of solar panels.
Yeah, I agree with that. Any other changes?
I have a question.
Yes, Joan.
About calling it the 40 unit. In the past, we've kept like the original name and the description as the original one. It has been confusing, but that is what we've done in the past. David, Tim?
That
yes,
is, yes, that is correct.
I was just going to know, we did have to renotice this hearing, the Bank Street hearing for tonight's meeting. So we did take the opportunity to correct that. But yes, Joan, that's correct.
So the minutes should stand as 47.
Question for David or Tim?
I think we addressed this in an earlier set of minutes to say that we were going to add the term originally 47 and then revised to 40, I think.
Okay.
Or maybe just originally 47.
Yeah, sorry to take up time, but if you are going to say revised, I think you should say revised at a later date, because at the time of the minutes that these minutes reflect, our understanding was 47. Is that correct?
I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
No, I think we already knew it was 40.
Oh, okay, then never mind. I take back what I said.
So I think originally 47 may address it.
Okay. Any other changes to the June 16th? I have a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
Monroe, so moved.
Laurel, second.
Okay.
And any discussion? So I am going to vote in favor. Gregorio,
Gregorio is in favor.
Karen,
Karen is in favor.
Joan,
Joan is in favor.
Laurel,
Laurel's in favor.
Kathy,
Kathy's in favor.
and Tom.
Tom's in favor.
That's unanimous. June 22nd.
I have a comment. Monroe,
Yes.
on page 1, line 32, it says there is interest in seeing the AO2 submittal, but I'm wondering if that should be DOT, because I think AOT is the Vermont.
AOT is alteration of terrain.
Oh, is that what it is? So
Yes,
it is
alteration
AOT.
of terrain.
Okay. Never mind.
Okay. Any other changes? All right, can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
That's Joan and Laurel seconding.
Yes.
And I'm going to go through this again. I'm in favor. Gregorio,
I'm in favor.
Karen,
Karen is in favor.
Joan,
Joan's in favor.
Laurel,
Laurel's in favor.
Kathy,
Kathy's in favor.
and Tom.
Tom's in favor.
Thank you. And the special meeting or abbreviated one on June 29th. Any changes? So, Joan,
Motion to approve the minutes for Monday, June 29, as written.
Laurel,
No changes.
no, second?
Oh, second, sorry.
Thank you. Any discussion? All right, I'm in favor. Gregorio,
I'm in favor as well.
Karen,
Karen is in favor.
Joan,
Joan is in favor.
Laurel,
Laurel's in favor.
Kathy,
Kathy's in favor.
Tom.
Tom's in favor.
That's unanimous. Now may I have the most important motion of the day?
I'm not going to do it. Nope, not going to do it.
Tom moves that we adjourn this meeting.
And do I have a second?
Kathy seconds.
Kathy, any discussion? I'm in favor. Gregorio,
Favor.
Karen,
Karen in favor.
Joan,
Joan in favor.
Laurel,
Laurel's in favor.
and Tom.
Tom is in favor.
And Kathy.
Thank you so much. Have a good night, all.
Good night, everyone.
Hope it rains some more.